And welcome to another edition of South Texas Crossfire. This is attorney Joe Flores reminding you to join us each and every week right here on KTMV with the Lopez family. Special thanks to Don Humberto Lozano Lopez. He passed away in 2011, but he's honored and venerated around here always, and the Lopez family. And don't forget my good friend Carlos Lopez. You guessed it, the Ted Turner of South Texas Broadcasting, and we are 100,000 subscribers strong now, and our signal is going into Victoria and Alice. Bienvenidos a todos mis amigos y nuestra cultura aquí que están viendo esta televisión. Bienvenidos. So we welcome everybody. Y recuerda que su voto es su voz. Si no votas, no puedes quejar después. So we're talking about politics, la política. Ya ves, it's a full contact sport. With me is Joe Benavides, retired United States Marine Corps, running for, you guessed it, Justice of the Peace. Welcome, Joe. How are you?
Welcome. Real good, Joe. Real good.
Well, I'm glad that you came on. Joe, listen, I know that you've worked with seniors, the elderly, especially now more than ever. You are in the front lines, going out there and working with the seniors. You've seen the devastating cuts that the legislature has enacted. What are you seeing out there with the children and how families are being affected throughout South Texas?
Well, I think that a lot of the children that are being affected are those that are from the lower social economic backgrounds. And I think being a public servant, one should know to be involved in the community, to do and to get information that's needed to find out what it's all about, what their the problems they're having out in the community.
Well, and look, you're going for Justice of the Peace. This is a people's court. You don't need lawyers to be in there. You can file a lawsuit. Tell me what sort of things that the Justice of the Peace would handle when you're up there as judge.
Well, the Justice Court has certain things that they are they convene over, and that is something like small claims, which is not to exceed $10,000. Some truancy within the schools. I'm totally involved in the school system and the problems that the school system have, and that is the truancy problems, the epidemic that we have here in Corpus Christi, and also the marriages and certain other things that the JP getting real involved in the community. And I think it's a known fact that a JP, a servant of the people, for the people, a voice of the people, should be out there and know the area they're serving.
Well, I mean, it's no mystery to anybody, and it's no secret that you've been out there mowing senior lawns since you got out. When did you get out of the Marine Corps?
In 2000, retired in 2000.
Okay, and so you have been mowing lawns. You even cleaned up a couple of graveyards to honor people. Yeah. You've been a part of all of the stuff with Joey Gonzalez, our commissioner, formerly the judge there, and you're looking to replace him and all the legacy that he leaves. There was somebody appointed to that seat, but you are looking to get elected there. Now, we face, we're not dating our program here, but we did have the Republican National Convention last night. There have been the speakers there saying that the Democrats had their 4 years, now it's time for change. What have you seen here on the front lines that are affecting children, mothers, the seniors, that you disagree with that people shouldn't vote straight ticket Republican?
I think what's happening now is that a lot of your servants that are elected into office aren't being truthful. A lot of the budget cuts are harming our children, our families, the seniors, veterans. And also, I believe and a person that runs for office should have the passion to get involved in the community, because that's a part of the job. And as myself, serving in the Marine Corps a little over 22 years, and being involved in every organization that you could possibly think of that's down here, dealing with the seniors, the veterans, the at-risk population, especially the single-parent environment, I want to just say that I would definitely, if elected as a JP, would make definitely sure that I will stay contacted within the community with our families.
Well, okay, let's go to where you taught. You taught at the Adult Learning Center for years. When you first started out there, some of those kids were not used to discipline, were not used to embracing the Marine Corps sort of discipline that you brought in there. And so you had your car vandalized, you had your life threatened. but you stuck in there and became one of the best teachers there. And now when you see some of those kids growing up and you've run into them, what do they say?
They thank me, Joe. It's they come up to me, they hug me, they shake my hands, they tell me thank you, Mr. Benavides, for helping me. They're attending college, you know, they're attending Del Mar College, the university. It was just they needed that little direction. And like I've always said, anyone that runs for office as a public servant, it's not about the pay. It's about getting involved in the community and making a difference.
So you're saying that your opponent has not gone out there in the community and done what you've done and stay involved?
Oh, absolutely.
Stark difference?
A big difference. And I think it's it saddens me to see that our officials that are, especially at that level, as a people's court, aren't out there in the community, because it is one of the most major things that you have to do is know the people that you're dealing with.
Okay, and people say, well, this is like baby court for kids, truancy. You know, this isn't really dealing with Court 5 that Judge Chesney would deal with, but it starts there, right?
Yes,
it's
correct.
the seed that grows bad, and so give me a concrete example without using names. Isn't there documentation that you have that the court did not deal with a truant the way it should have, did not intervene with a child, and that child went to prison for some heinous crimes?
Absolutely.
More than once.
Oh, many times, numerous times. But what I want to do, what the courts don't have now in JP 11 is a follow-up. And I don't talk about a follow-up after 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. What I want to do is have a follow-up with all the young teenagers that go to court on a 30-day basis. What I want to also do is implement a night court, you know, for those parents that can't make it to the regular courts. They could have at least twice a week from 6 to 9 p.m. See if I could do something like that, so I could really focus on the parents that can't make it to court. I think that would make a big difference.
Well, and that's part of it, right? I mean,
That's part of it.
the parents getting involved, how would you implement it where it's not so much a burden? The children have to learn responsibility.
Exactly.
And a lot of the time, the parents say, well, everything is dumped on me. The child skipped school beyond my control. I'm getting fined. I'm having to work 2 jobs. They want me to attend these classes. It's just, I get lost in a system that I can't get out of. And a lot of parents say they just pick on minorities. They pick on people without money. You never see anybody off of Ocean Drive or Hewitt Drive with their kids that are out of control being in this court.
Exactly.
What happens?
Yeah, I think what the problem is that money is not the solution. A lot of these parents are being fined, can't afford it. We got to find other solutions. Solutions like community-based organizations that could assist the families and the parents and the children that are in need of help. I think community-based organizations is one solution.
And one part of that is what education is our freedom. A lot of people out there don't understand what education is our freedom is. That nonprofit.
Yeah, Education Our Freedom is a organization that
you helped start.
That I helped start about 7-8 years ago, and it really pertains to those kids that don't have direction. But once you give them that, it's like a little carrot. And it's kids that are at risk, kids that we call them potential dropouts. They drop out of high school, we bring them back. We try to get them their GED, have them go to class, get their GED certificate, and then put them on to further education. Let it be a skill-based job or skilled trade, and or probably Del Mar or academics, university.
And what has been the success rate? We got some of those people that you taught that you said they were ready to go to the penitentiary in 2 years.
Exactly. We have some that are on the dean's list at Del Mar College, some that already graduated as nurses. We have three students.
They're all grown now.
They're all grown now, and they work for Valero. They're welders, you know. It's an awesome, for me, it feels very good to know that they have at least accomplished what we have given them.
Well, Dr. Escamilla and now Dr. Killebrew and everybody else from A&M and Kingsville,
yes, in Kingsville
are also getting involved. So you see that it would have cost, according to Joey Gonzalez, who was in federal,
yes,
a federal probation officer and also a judge. He knows the stats. He said it would cost $40,000 to $60,000 to house somebody that they go to prison. But if you pay for college, it is what? 10 cents on the dollar, 20 cents?
Absolutely. You know, we spoke to President Talent from the University of Kingsville, and Killebrew from here in Corpus Christi, and Dr. Escamilla from Del Mar. And absolutely, you're looking at $60,000 to $79,000 it costs to maintain a prisoner.
And that's a year.
And that's a year. And it would cost less than $20,000 a year to put one of these kids into college. So I think it's a great program. It's a program that helps these kids to see direction, and that's what these kids need, direction.
The thing that I always tell everybody in the last couple of minutes we have is you already block walk thousands of
Yes.
homes.
Yes.
Well, now you're knocking on a door, 100,000 doors right now at Time Warner. What would you tell those people that say, well, I'm usually Tea Party, I'm usually Democrat, I'm usually Republican? What I vote a certain way. When you're trying to ask for their vote humbly, what do you tell them?
Joe, it's the character of a person, the person that runs. It seems like people get elected because what party they're in. As a judge, I will be very balanced. It doesn't matter if you're Republican, Democrat, or Independent. But I tell them that, look at the background of a certain individual that is running for office. I've served a little over 22 years in the military. I have 3 college degrees. I've taught. I'm very involved in the community. I believe in my community, and I think those are things they have to look at, and apparently it's not done that way nowadays. It's what party are you with, and I hope, and I speak to people, and I tell them you got to look into an individual if they really have passion and commitment to our community to be elected to office.
Well, and I want people out there to know the Joe Benavides campaign. It's very exciting. You always have had great inroads in the community. Now those people are standing up to run beside you. Tell me about some of your forces, some of your volunteers.
Well, I do have a lot of my single-parent environment, my moms that are my volunteers. Everyone that works on my campaign, they don't get paid. I'm very blessed and honored to have all my volunteers. A lot of my students that now attend Del Mar College, the University of Kingsville, University of Corpus Christi, they are my volunteers. I have seniors that I've mowed lawns for that are my volunteers, and they come from all ranks, from the Republican side and from the Democratic side. So I'm very blessed to know that I have people that believe in me. I've always said this from day one, that I've always wanted to be a servant for the people, a voice of the people, and I'm not going to give up, Joe, and I'm here again. I'm going to continue on the forced march and hopefully to victory.
And from Ocean to Molina, people are getting behind you. What is the number and the information to call? You do have Facebook. That's Facebook/Joe Benavides campaign, right?
Absolutely.
And what is your number if they want to pick up a yard sign, make a donation, or volunteer?
If you want to volunteer and or want a yard sign, please call area code 361-633-9308, and I will definitely get you a yard sign.
Okay, and if there is a website that we can go to, or Facebook?
There's no website, but we do have Facebook. Vote.Joe Benavides.
Okay, so we have that Vote Joe Benavides or Vote.Joe Benavides, and that's on Facebook.
Correct.
And
Facebook.
they can friend you there, and they can find those pictures.
Yes.
Okay, and lastly, what do you have to say to those people out there that are thinking that their vote does not matter?
Yes, I would like to say to everyone out in TV land that your vote does matter. I need your vote. I urge for you to vote for me. I am Joe Benavides, and a lot of people know me and says, Joe, I know who you are. I'm running for Justice of the Peace, Precinct 1, Place 1, in the county in Oasis, and that goes all the way from North Beach all the way out to Cal Allen, 624. I ask everyone, please, take some time out and vote. Exercise your right to vote. It's important. It's important to everyone. And you make the decision on who your leaders are going to be.
Well, that's Joe Benavides. We want everybody to get involved. 633-9308. That's 633-9308. Give him a call if you want to pick up a yard sign, if you want to make a donation, or if you want to get involved and block walk with this great man, retired U.S. Marine Corps, teacher, community servant, elder advocate. He's done it all. Mowed lawns for the elderly, help people get out of the gutter, help people prevent them from going to prison, and he's made a difference in so many people's lives. Let him become your Justice of the Peace here in Corpus Christi. Remember, Joe Benavides, 633-9308, or visit him on Facebook, and that's Joe Benavides there for his campaign, and friend him. We're going to take a brief break, but again, we want to thank Joe Benavides. Call him right now, 633-9308.
Have you been arrested or are potentially facing criminal charges? You need a trial attorney who is well-versed in the courtroom. Joe Flores has handled hundreds of criminal cases and many of them to trial. Joe Flores can provide you with competent representation to protect your constitutional rights in state and federal court. Joe Flores can help if you have been arrested or facing criminal charges. The law offices of Joe Flores. Equal justice for all.
Hi, this is attorney and board certified nurse practitioner Joe Flores on behalf of Vasquez Flores Home Health. Nursing homes have their place, but having care in your own home is very important. Call today for more information. Backed by over 20 years of experience, registered nurse Priscilla Vasquez can answer your questions about home care. Call 881-9922. That's 881-9922 today.
Call River City Hospice for your loved one's care today. River City Hospice is a compassionate, patient-centered healthcare provider with a unique approach to medical care and support for people at the end of life and their families. River City Hospice focuses on maintaining dignity, increasing quality of life, and providing comfort and reducing pain due to illness. Hospice care allows your loved one to be treated with dignity and respect and gives them the right to choose. Call 882-5900 today. Hope, dignity, and love. It's got to be River City Hospice.